right, so it is Tuesday morning about 7:30. What do I want to talk about today? Well, it's the end of the month, whether you believe it or not. I said it was Tuesday, October 22nd at 7:30 in the morning, and it's the end of the month. If you work for yourself, it's the end of the month because, your rent is probably due sometime around the 5th, or your mortgage payment or whatever it is. And today is just about 2 weeks from that. So you have to start thinking, do I have enough money to ride out the end of this month and pay all my bills? Without getting an eviction notice or a message from your bank going, we're going to foreclose, or you missed a payment, or this, that, and the other, whatever their greedy asses want to say. Because you didn't get enough money this month, so they want their money out of the nothing you got. All right, so let's talk about budgeting as a freelancer, a gig worker, a sole proprietor. If you're beyond a sole proprietor, you've got employees, so you'll have extra expenses and things like that. But when you work for yourself, you need to know how much you're spending. And you need to know it down to about $5. And the only way to do that is to create a spreadsheet. And it needs to be a fairly detailed spreadsheet. And what I've got at the top are all the places that I might have shopped at. And this gets bigger if I have a new store that I go to. But basically, it's the local grocery, Amazon, Target, which I can only get through mail order, CVS, Meijer, which is, again, mail order or delivery, Schwann's or Aldi's. Schwann's is going out of business. They changed their name to Yellow, Yelloh, and stopped their truck delivery, and now they're going out of business. Go figure. After 80 freaking years, they ruined the business. Aldi, sometimes I can catch a ride there. There's a lawnmower place in town, and sometimes I can catch a ride to Rural King, and in my mind, they sell the same things, so they're in the same category. Misfit Market is more mail order food. I was doing that more a couple years ago, but sometimes I'll place an order. Sometimes they have good sales. Not lately, though, as you can tell. There hasn't been any order since, all year, so I'm not sure why they're in this. I could probably remove them. And then Dollar General, which, walking there is kind of a pain in the butt. So then you have the household bills. And you need to list everything that is a regular bill. Like the electric, the gas for the house, your cell phone, your credit cards, any money you might owe the government, your internet, more idiotic government, rent. I did come up with some extra money, so I bought some stocks. I don't know where that goes. And it's not a lot of stocks. They're dividend stocks. They make about $4 a year. But hey, it's something. I was trying anything to make a little extra money, and this was one of them. And I, invested $150. It hasn't moved, so there you go. All right, so it is October, and something didn't work right. All right, that is really being awful. All right, there we go. Remember to freeze your columns or you'll never figure out what you're doing. All right, so we need to scroll over because it's October. So you can see here I've spent 89, almost 90 bucks at the local grocery. I didn't spend anything at Amazon. $22 at CVS. $14 at Aldi. I managed to get a ride out there, and Dollar General has been the big one at $171.92. That's really a lot of money for Dollar General. I remember when you used to walk into Dollar General and it was difficult to spend $25 to get the $5 off on a Saturday. Now you'll just about spend twice that. Then, this you have to track your groceries and food and all that. You need to track as you do it, and I do. This is a to-date total minus, I guess I haven't plugged in last weekend's stuff, so there's $51 missing from here that I still need to plug in. My receipts are sitting next to me. But we've got the household bills. I can expect my electric to be somewhere around $120. My gas bill is going to be somewhere around $23. My cell phone is $41. I've really got to do something about that. There's no, the actual phone is paid off. This is for the service, and I'm not happy with that price. I really need to do something about it. As you can see, I paid one gimme credit card. Gimme greedy credit card. This one has not been paid, and they're screaming and whining and crying like toddlers, and they can continue to do so. This is a greedy government bill. This is the internet, which isn't bad. I'm not happy with that, but it is what it is. This is some more gimme greedy government that I did pay. And this is the gimme greedy rent and water, which, if you've watched some of my videos trying to scare off the raccoons, you'll know that I'm not on a piece of property that's large enough to justify $450 in rent and water a month. They do not own the structure I am sitting in. Keep that in mind. The place where I'm at does not own the structure I am sitting in. So they're charging me apartment money for not an apartment. And then more idiot, greedy government. So obviously, if I could ditch the credit cards and this gimme greedy government, my bills would be probably under $600 a month, and find a new place to live that's cheaper than that. Assuming, I had another fake house, which I don't really want, but it is what it is. So you need to know, what your bills are. I could save a lot of money by getting rid of these and getting rid of all this greedy government bullshit. At that point, like I said, my bills would probably be under $500 a month. Well, other than the food, I guess. So, but instead of, greedy gimme credit cards and greedy government, because if you work for yourself, that's what you have to deal with. The government and credit cards, because, some months are going to be terrible, and, this is how you have to make it. And you hope next month is better. Now, by the time today is done, the internet will be paid. That cell phone will be paid. I've really got to do something about that cell phone. I am not happy with the price at all. And I think the gas will be paid. That will leave me with the electric, which is actually a double bill. They're double billing me. And I guess this will be paid. So the only thing I'll have left is the rent for the land here, the electric, and this gimme CC, which isn't bad. That would leave me with needing another $705. And I've got 2 weeks to earn it, by the way. So that is why you need to know where you're at right now. I know that in the next, 2 weeks, I need to earn roughly, and it needs to be now money. It can't be later money. It needs to be now money. $352 this week and $352 next week, and I should be good to go. This is why I do this calculation, sometime between the 20th and the 22nd. So I know how much money I need to finish out the end of the month. And you need to do the same thing. How much money are you spending? How much money do you need? How much money are you wasting? Instead of credit cards and greedy government, maybe you have subscriptions. Do you really need those subscriptions? And down here I have my totals. You can see that it's gone down quite a bit from August. August, the bills were pretty high, and I was still doing the nicotine gum, so my expenses other than that were very high. In September, I was no longer on the nicotine gum, so things have calmed down a bit. This will go up by probably another $50, but it'll be less than September. So, and if you're going, wow, all your bills are less than my mortgage. Yeah, I've done a lot of work to make it that way because I need to be able to make it on my worst month, which actually is no longer possible. These bills are too high. I have to do some trimming and figure out, how to cut more expenses out of this. So if you work for yourself, or even if you don't, the first thing you need to do is create yourself an expense sheet with everything on it. Okay, and then figure out how much you pay out. And it may take you a minute because this food and supplies category, it can be hard to figure out how much you spend. I used to know my food and all that down to a piece of bread, and I don't know that anymore because it's not working out. Like I used to buy a 12-pack of Scott toilet paper, and I was guaranteed that would last, 10 to 12 days. Now it lasts 7. So I don't know what happened there, but my 12-pack of toilet paper that used to last at least 10 days now only lasts 7. But it's still supposed to be 1,000 sheets. Something's wrong there. The same thing happened with paper towels a while back. I bought some I bought some reusable paper towels either in June or July. And it was because I couldn't control my paper towel usage. Used to be I'd buy 6 rolls of paper towels for $5, and I can still get them around here for that if I really pay attention. But they weren't lasting the week. They were lasting like 3 days. And finally I had just had enough. And I bought the reusable paper towels, and now I buy $2 rolls of paper towels to clean the bathroom every week, 1 or 2 rolls. And that's all I have for the week is that, 1 or 2 rolls, whatever I got for the bathroom. So I completely eliminated that expense. I used to buy Kleenex too, and the same thing happened. I used to buy a $2 200 sheet box of Kleenex, and it would last the week. Or if it didn't, it was so close to a week that it didn't matter. I would just buy another box. Now, I'm still buying, I was still spending $2 on Kleenex, and I looked at the box and it said 160 sheets. Well, that's why it's only lasting, 3 days. Stopped buying it, started using toilet paper. I'm not going to buy it if it's not going to last. And honestly, that's probably kind of what's happening with the toilet paper, is that I now use it for Kleenex because it lasts, 1 roll of toilet paper lasts as long as a box of Kleenex should last. So you make changes where you have to make changes. If the Kleenex isn't going to last, I'm going to use a roll of toilet paper like we did when I was kids. When we were all, when I was a kid, yeah. So you have to make changes like that, and you constantly need to evaluate what you're spending. Like August, I spent an absolute crap ton of money. Spending that much money on this type of stuff just makes me mad. There's no there's no fun in this. I didn't buy any toys from Amazon. I didn't buy any toys from Target. I didn't buy any special food from Misfit Market. There's nothing here in August that's fun. It's just all bills. And you can see that I almost spent $2,000 in August. That's awful. But a lot of it was probably nicotine gum. And regular gum, I think, was what was going on there. I was buying both the nicotine gum and the regular gum and trying to get used to that. But that's a lot of money to be wasting on bills and food and essentials and shit like that. Now, September was better. Bills went down a little bit, and obviously the groceries went down a little bit. In October, it'd be pretty close to September, so I'm not too mad about that. But, I need to reevaluate. This needs to come down a lot more, and I don't know where I'm going to cut it. But these are the kind of things that you need to look at in your own budget. Because this isn't money that's coming to you. This is money that you need to earn. Because you start every month at 0. When you work for yourself, every month starts at 0. No one owes you any money unless they didn't pay you last month. But you can think about that as every month starts at 0 and you need to earn this much money or whatever it is every month in order to make ends meet. If you work a W-2 job, it's just the opposite. You take a look at your bills and a look at your paycheck and you figure I can pay this much in bills and I can buy this much in food. That doesn't work when you own your own business. You need to know how much money you need. And nobody's going to pay you, unless you do the thing. I had someone call me lazy a bit back. Yeah, I wish. Because if I were lazy, this would go unpaid and I'd be living under a bridge. If you really want to be smart, you'll create a calendar spreadsheet and you'll put in all your earned income on the day you earn it from the spot where you earn it. So if you have, 10 different income streams, you'll have all of those for each day. Or if it's just a weekly income stream, you'll have it at the end of the column. And, you'll put in your income. And then you'll also put like this total right here into like a bills thing at the bottom. And you'll have your income subtract out of what you think your bills are. So if you earned, $50, your spreadsheet would take this $14.54, subtract the $50, and you would still need to earn $14.04.50. So I have that sheet too so that I know how much I'm earning and how much I still need for the month. But this is how you get started. If you want to know exactly what your budget is, you need to put in exactly what you're spending and where you're spending it. So anyway, I think that's it for today. Remember to like and subscribe if you are so motivated, and I will talk to you later.